Don't know what today is. I've been in the hospital since Tuesday, January 17th, 21st. It's beginning to grate on me a little bit. It's kind of amazing how tiring it is just being in the same room every day. The issue is, since it's an inpatient procedure, I kind of have to sit around and just wait for it to work. And that gets old. It's real old. I had stomach pain since about November. All right about here. Somewhere around Christmas, I went to the doctor and we started checking upper GI tract and just doing basic ultrasound. And after Christmas, I went home and I was like, you know, whatever, we'll get to it. We'll figure it out one day.
I told him over and over, that's not right. There's something that's there, but I said, that doesn't make sense.
I make the mistake of drinking a big 64-ounce glass of water. I guess where the tumor's at, it doesn't allow my stomach to expand. And my stomach just got huge and hit it, and I immediately felt nauseous.
He was in the worst pain I've ever seen in my life, and I just didn't know what to do, so my nurturing self, I guess, was to hug him and just hold him till that pain went away. I usually have a good sense of what's going on and what I should do, but I just totally didn't know what to do at that moment.
I decided to go back the next day to the actual real hospital and get things done. The doctor came to me at first like, oh, you probably have, what is it called?
Peritonitis.
Peritonitis, which is a little infection in the stomach. And he's like, well, we're gonna see you for a CT scan. Came back from the CT scan, he's like, okay, dude, well, we gotta talk. Like, Caleb, there's a large mass in your stomach.
When I first heard the word cancer, it was terrifying because when you hear that word, you think of the worst things. I've never imagined this would happen in our first year of marriage, let alone at all.
It scared the heck out of me, the idea of having surgery in my stomach. It's like if it's lymphoma, they'll just pour some chemo in and wash away. So at that moment, I had peace.
Taking our first food in your pain lessons. A wonderful woman I'm sharing with. God help us just to enjoy this day the best we can. God, just bless the nurses as they do what they need to do, make me better.
Yesterday I had a spinal tap. It's an intrathecal is what it's called. Essentially they put me on a very large CT scan type tube, laying up on all fours with the stomach under, or with a pillow under my stomach. It was incredibly painful. You sit there for about 30 minutes, a technician comes in and jams a needle into your spine, and then about 10 minutes later a doctor comes and shoves poison into your spinal fluid. Chemo. I'm an engineer, so I've been trained to take big problems and dissect them into small problems. Based on the protocol, this is what you have to do to get through this particular type of cancer. And I have a very strong sense of what's the next step, what's the next action. And I know that if, in order for me to get better and for me to be cured, I have to follow the next action. In this particular situation, the next action was to take the spinal tap.
Yep, a little boring day here going on. Caleb's gonna sing a song.
I already sang the song.
I didn't get it on video.
Oh yeah, but
So you can't do it now, right?
I mean, it was just for the moment situation.
Oh, so we can't do that. Okay.
Let me tell you a song about Caleb. Tell you a song about my wife. I once wrote her a soliloquy. It was the best work of my life. My lovely aunt and her lovely family decided to send this to me. Probably have to spend all day in bed. Chocolate covered strawberries really hit the spot. In fact, it almost feels like it's luxurious.
Is it like being at a spa or something? Not really.
Not really.
Oh, let's see. Not really. But it still makes things better, right?
Still makes things better.
How is it, Jada?
Very delicious.
I wish I knew how to zoom on this, and I would zoom.
This Burkitt's is a different animal completely. You know, I like to liken it to killing weeds. You know, one of them you spray a little Roundup on it, it starts going away, and the other one you have to put Roundup and gasoline and pour a little bit of hydrogen peroxide on it when you're done, light it on fire, shoot 3 guns in the ground to try to make it better. I've got different chemo around the clock, sometimes 2 at a time. Right now I've been in the hospital for 12 days getting 2 cycles. I'll be in the hospital again in 5 days. Next time I'm here, and then the next time, the next time, the next time, with potential of getting shots of cranial radiation and definitely getting intrathecal injections. So it's not an easy thing.
When I went through it, I started with worry.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went into acceptance. Okay, I'm sick. Let's just get it over with. Radiate it, chemo it, whatever you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
We think we can get it, but if we can't, we'll do whatever. So then I went into facing my mortality.
Mm-hmm.
So then I thought, well, if it's death, I'm ready to go.
So I feel that we, as husband and wife, have a long journey, but we have a long life to live. And there's so many things in life that we haven't achieved and that we want to achieve.
You know, life is more than just what we've been making out for, more than just collecting a paycheck and going home, more than just trying to get in the rat race and buy a house so that we can have kids. You hear about these people who have cancer and they don't have a chance to be with their children. I just, at this point, I just want to have a chance to be with my children. And more than that, I want to have a chance to be with my wife and spend time with her, just to love her. I feel like we haven't really been living to live. We've just been living to wait to die. And now I hear that there's a potential that I could actually die, and it scares me to death. We both kind of think that we gotta step forward and change our priorities in life. We don't want to just be the types of people to live for the weekend anymore. If I die and I've accomplished something, one thing in my life, even if it's just marrying Jada, then I've done something. But if I die and I leave Jada alone, that's scary. I know that she can take care of herself, but I pledged my life to making sure that she's okay. And my only fear in this whole thing is at the end of the day, I might not be able to do that.
I love you.
Love you, baby. Hi everyone, it's Caleb Mock. I just wanted to give y'all an update of how I'm doing. Today is Sunday, my lovely wife Jada's birthday. She's now turning 26. So if anyone is bored on Facebook or they just want to be supportive, drop her a line, let her know that she'd love for her birthday. I think she'd enjoy that type of thing. As far as chemo and stuff goes, I'm feeling pretty doggone good these days. I get cold real easily, and I get tired a little bit more easily, but for the most part, I'm no longer neutropenic. In fact, my white blood cells were through the roof last time we checked it out. If you notice, my Duck Dynasty beard is kind of gone. That started falling out a few days ago, and Thursday, my hair fell out, so I'll be supporting the Stone Cold Steve Austin look here for a few days, or at least until Jada tells me that it's time to get rid of the last little Mohicans of beard hair that I have.
Okay, I'm about to show Mom my bald head. See how she reacts to it.
Hey y'all, how are ya?
Good.
You look good. Now, did your hair all fall out today?
No, it's falling out.
You got tired of it. That's what they told me. They told me to, when I had my cancer, they said just cut it short.
Well, yours didn't fall out.
Well, I just camouflaged. And mine may not, I don't think yours came not falling out that much, but guess what? Guess what?
I said they're doing this first.
Didn't I tell you about that little round head that you had? See that pretty little head? Isn't that pretty? I told you, Jada, he had a pretty head.
He does.
It's cold.
It's cold. I have a wig. You don't want a wig.
No. There aren't many places that really allow me to escape from where I'm at and what's in my mind, as well as coming out here to this farm does. It's about serenity. You know, it's peaceful. It's not like a fight. I mean, I've been a fighter before. I've wrestled, I've boxed, I've done grappling. This isn't a fight like that. This is not a, go in there and get all hyped up and got beat the chemo down. This is just about waiting till it goes away. Hey Dad. Lately, and especially whenever my mom had cancer last year, he started just building sheds everywhere.
Well, it's things we needed, but it's just in the same token, it's a way when I wouldn't have to be in the hospital or the doctor's office. If I had already had plans to do something, I'll just go in here and start going at it.
I was sitting with my dad. We'd walked out of the pond and looked out over it, and I said, "Man, Dad, this place is beautiful. You did a really good job with this."
He's always been the type of person to have a big plan. There's something bigger than just your actual lifespan here. Andrew Carnegie once had a theory about life. You spend the first third of your life learning everything you can, the second third of your life getting as much money as you can, and the last third of your life doing everything you can to give it all away. So all my life I've kind of been thinking I'm learning, and I was getting ready to start making a lot of money to try to take care of my family and pretty much to set myself free from any financial burdens. But when you're faced with the fact that you could potentially not be here in less than a year, you immediately realize that waiting that long to do the good things, the things that really matter, is an absolute waste.
Okay.
And we're gonna hug.
Okay.
And then what's gonna happen is my wonderful director friend is going to find a really good shot in here somewhere, and just something that looks good. And they're gonna smile.
Is this candid?
And then we can dance some. Right here. Maybe that'll make a nice little thing in the video.
No, that's enough. I'm getting nervous.
If you want me to do the tango, here, but I'm gonna have to hold my pole. Dun 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 dun.
I talk a lot about you.
If you look at our little twin bed,
We cuddle every night.
has been difficult because I'm not a cuddler, but Jada's a cuddler.
But I made Caleb a cuddler.
Jada's a cuddler. I'm still not a cuddler, but well, she's been there for me. She'll continue to be there for me.
Always.
We're at the point to where the first day is just so routine to me. Even the second day, for that matter. There's really no need for people to come visit me. I mean, I like it because I get bored, but it's like I'm not nervous, you know, so I'm walking around. I'm not sick. I'm just here for treatment.
Right. Today we're on Caleb's third day of round 7 of chemo, and today he had a spinal tap. He right now is sleeping really good, and he's currently doing well, and we are hoping that everything comes back clear for his spinal tap.
I always said one of the main things about being in the hospital as a healthy person, which is what I consider myself, is wear hospital gowns as little as possible. So the rest of the shot will be me from the chest up. Shirtless. Sorry about the man boobs. One reason I'm going to bed. I'm self-conscious now when I talk about it. But I think it's ultra important to...
Very handsome, Caleb.
Thanks. Baby, I'm still a little nauseous. It's ultra important to just try to wear normal clothes. You know, try to act normal. And I'm in the bed. Normally I would be naked in bed, but we're not gonna go that far in acting normal.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. We gotta finish. It's one last little bag of chemo. But I'm sick of it.
Hey, Caleb.
Hey.
How you feeling today?
I'm ready to go home. So it's 12 o'clock on a Friday. We're supposed to go home sometime tomorrow. And I'm in a dilemma. I've run out of things to do to keep myself entertained. So right now I'm trying to decide whether or not it's even worth the effort to get out of bed and put clothes on. Well, we're going to our last chemo treatment.
Yay!
Well, I mean, sort of yay. We're still going to a chemo treatment. Kind of got it down to a science now as far as packing goes. We've been doing this for several months. Not really nervous as much as just really don't want to go. But I guess we're just gonna look at like finals week or game day, if you will. Just kind of keep our eyes on the prize and our head down, driving forward.
I'm not worried about the way the chemo affects me. I have a pretty decent idea of what's going to happen here. I'm going to get weak. I might do a little throwing up. I might get a little bit of weird things going on in the stomach. But for the most part, 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be back. I'll be back to go. Yesterday, I swam half a mile. Maybe not that much, but quarter of a mile. Which isn't bad for a guy that's 2 weeks removed from a chemo session. I'm really looking forward to what I'm going to do when I get out of the hospital. I'll get back in martial arts. So we're finished. We're leaving the hospital. Woo! Just got a few little bumps in the road, but other than that, we're heading home. Beautiful. Now we're going to the beach, because frankly, why not? Why not? If you can't tell, I'm starting to grow my glorious beard back and my mediocre hair. I'm realizing now that I have a widow's peak that I never really knew about beforehand. And sadly, my wife likes the hair short, so the widow's peak is going to be pretty obvious for quite a long time. It's kind of unique getting back to normal life. The fact of every single dream that I've ever had, I should stop prolonging and start going after it. I have doubled down on some entrepreneurial ventures that I was working on before I got sick. You can follow everything at my new blog, calebmock.com. I once made a comment about Andrew Carnegie's 3 stages of life: learning as much as you can, make as much money as you can, and giving it all away. Right now I'm kind of doing all 3 at the same time. I try to pretend that I never even had cancer. I really do, but it's tough. I get reminded all the time. I get a little rash on my skin. I start to feel it. I'll start rubbing it at work or around Jada, and she'll be like, what are you doing? I'm like, just scratching. But the reality is, I'm thinking, is that cancer? Am I sick again? I think to myself, if I never get sick again, then life's going to be the most wonderful thing in the entire world. But the reality is, even if I do get sick again, I'm going to keep doing what I do. That smile, run as hard as I possibly can towards the fight.